You looking to travel? What are the 10 safest countries you can travel to right now? All right, so before we actually get into this, I'm going to give a little disclaimer. I know like people are going to come back to me and say, oh, my country's the safest, it's way safer than that country and things like that. So when I get into the list here, just keep in mind that I'm going off something called the Global Peace Index. And you got to take this with a grain of salt again, because it's going to be looking at different things for, country peace. But at the end of the day, I mean, there's going to be countries or different areas in countries that might be safer than the country is in entirety. But I'm just going to, obviously we have to create a list here. So it's going to be the 10 best from a lot of different sources I'm kind of piecing together here. But there's going to be some honorable mentions as well, because I know some are really close. So at the end of the day, just bear with me and take a look at the list and let me know what you think. Put some comments in there. If you're thinking about traveling and you're kind of a solo traveler, these would probably be pretty good countries to go ahead and check out and feel pretty safe on. They usually have pretty low violent crime. I mean, you might get some things like pickpocketing and things like that, but very low violent crime. Political unrest, things like that are going to be low. So you can visit these countries without having, a ton of turmoil and things like that. So what we'll do is we'll get into the list. I'm going to show you guys the 10 countries in a row, and then at the end of it, we'll talk a little bit about them. Number 10 is Portugal, just west of Spain. It makes a great place for a vacation. It's got beaches, great cities, and everything else. Portugal. Number 9, Japan. With its massive Tokyo and great architecture, definitely check out Japan. It's a great city to visit. Number 8 is going to be Singapore. It's a great place to visit. It's a place that a lot of North Americans don't really think of to visit. Definitely check it out, Singapore. Number 7 is going to be the Czech Republic. Definitely check out Prague. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Great place to visit, very, very safe in the middle of Europe. And number 6 is going to be Canada. Actually, it's our neighbor to the north. I'm in North America, so I'm in USA. And definitely check out Toronto, Montreal, all the great cities Canada has to offer. Number 5 is going to be Denmark. So Denmark's one of those places up in Scandinavia. It's probably one of the countries you probably picked. You thought was going to be very safe, and it is. Definitely check it out. Number 4 is going to be Switzerland, and that's another one on the list you probably thought of. Just the beautiful mountains, the great towns, how clean it is. It's a great place to visit in Europe. Number 3, and it's basically Switzerland's neighbor, kind of. It's Austria. Again, great cities in Vienna, Salzburg, but definitely check that out in Europe as well. And number 2 is going to be New Zealand. It's one of those countries that takes a long time to get to, but you're going to be rewarded. Great cities and a ton of nature out there. And the number 1 spot goes to Iceland, and I think a lot of people pick this. It's got a population of under 300,000, but if you like nature, waterfalls, obviously all the different types of spas you can go to, including Reykjavik, which has got a great city where you're seeing right here. Small city though, about 100 and something thousand, so a very small area, but definitely a great place to visit. Very safe, but very expensive. And then a couple other cities that we didn't put on the list but are very, very close would be Ireland, Slovenia, Finland, Sweden, and the Netherlands. So those make the list as well, and that kind of tops out the top 15. All right, then really quickly, I just wanted to show everyone what the Global Peace Index means. Again, this was kind of roughly based off of that. It's not exactly based off of that, but it goes to show you that the Global Peace Index just shows the peace of the world. If you can see here, Europe is basically the most peaceful, then North America, then Asian Pacific, South America, Central America, Russia, South Asia, and then all the way down to the Middle East down here. So that would be the Global Peace Index. It's a number that they came up with. And again, it's more of a government organization that comes up with that number. And then if you check out Wikipedia, you can actually go in here. It says Global Peace Index. You can read a little bit about it. Goes to show you can actually go through and find out what it means exactly. And then also all the different countries throughout the world. It'll list as far as the Global Peace Index, and you can kind of see different numbers like Chile, Croatia, Germany, different countries if you want to see some other countries in there that you're thinking about traveling to. So just wanted to show you, you can get some of these numbers here. Again, this is not directly related to travel, so don't you can't take this with a one-to-one. This is always the safest country or what have you, but I mean, this is going to give you a pretty good idea of what's out there, and if you're traveling, especially solo, this could give you a pretty good heads up, pretty good start. All right, so what did you think? So the list was pretty common. I think it was basically what I would have chose, at least some of them at least. There's a couple things on there that I would have chose before that, but this is just, you have to choose a list. So these are the top 10 based on that global peace index, and then also some other factors that are kind of it doesn't go exactly with the global peace index, but it's close. And but let me know what you think. Put in the comments. Again, this is various countries that you could travel to as a single traveler without worrying about really violent crime. And at the end of the day, I mean, you really, it depends where you go in those countries, just like anywhere else. I'm from Chicago, and Chicago is one of the more violent, I guess, cities you can call it. But various parts of Chicago are very, very safe. So it just depends where you want to go in the country. But these countries that we're listing here, you can pretty much go most places and feel fairly safe. And that's kind of what they're saying is it's more of the entirety of the country. So if you're a solo traveler, that might be a good first pick for you if you're just starting out traveling. Anyways, my 2 cents. Anyways, if you guys can help me out and just subscribe to the video, it would really help me out. I make a couple videos generally a couple a week, I think, mostly, but it's usually on technology or finance, and I do make some travel videos as well, so I'm kind of in a lot of different places. But if you guys want to just help support me, and click the like button, and also subscribe if you can. I'm trying to get to the 1,000 mark so I can finally get some ads and things and various things, because I've been doing this for a really long time. I have over I think it's 120 videos now. So in any case, just trying to make good content, and hopefully that'll come soon. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.